Hi, kindergartners. It's time for today's interactive read aloud. Today, we're going to be reading another book in our text set 15, Exploring Animal Tales. And today's story is a book that you are probably very familiar with. This book is called The Three Little Pigs. This version of the folktale I'm going to read today was written by Patricia Siebert and illustrated by Horatio Elena. As I read this story, I want you to think about how this version of the Three Little Pigs is similar to the version that you know. I also want you to think about how it might be different than the version that you know. Let's review the parts of the book before I start reading. This is called the front cover. This is called the back cover. This is called the spine. And the first page that has the title and the author and illustrator is called the title page. Here is the title of our book, The Three Little Pigs. We have 4 words in the title. The author is Patricia Siebert. That means that she wrote the book. Now, this is a folktale, so she didn't come up with this idea originally, but she changed it to make it her own version. Horatio Elena is the illustrator, so he created the beautiful pictures. The Three Little Pigs. The Three Little Pigs. Once upon a time, there were 3 little pigs. They were curious little pigs and eager to learn more about the big wide world. One bright summer morning, they packed their bags and set off together. Looks like they're leaving their house. The 3 little pigs enjoyed being out on their own. On many a sunny day, they shared a picnic with all their new friends. Sometimes they played hide and seek all morning and then took a nap in the shade during the hot afternoon. Boys and girls, why do you think that little pigs left home? Maybe they're grown-ups. They want to learn more about the big world, the story said. Okay, let's keep reading. The long summer days grew shorter. Many of the pigs' friends started to prepare for the colder days ahead. The little pigs realized they needed a house that they would be warm and safe in, just like the one they had left. I have an idea, said one of the pigs. We can each build our own house. Then we can have fun visiting each other. The first little pig was excited. I want to build my house as fast as I can, he thought. He grabbed the first thing he saw, some straw from a nearby field, and set to work. He did not spend much time planning his new straw house. Instead, he started building right away. After a short time, the house was finished. The pig wiped his brow with satisfaction. But the other 2 pigs had doubts about the house made of straw. Maybe it's not strong enough, one of them said. So if someone has doubts about something, that means they're not sure about it. What are they not sure about? They don't know if it's going to be strong enough. The second little pig thought, what can I use that will be better than straw? He gathered up the strongest, straightest sticks he could find. He lashed some of the sticks together and built a frame. Then he tied sticks to the frame to make walls. Do you think this is stronger than the house that made of straw? Finally, the second little pig wiped his brow with satisfaction. That means he's satisfied with the job he did. A job well done, he thought. Meanwhile, the third pig remarked, "It is very nice, but I don't think it's strong enough." So the third pig searched everywhere. "What can I find that will be better than sticks?" he wondered. He came across a tumble-down building. There were old bricks all around. He decided they would be just right for his house. Boys and girls, do you see some similarities between this book and the story of the three little pigs that you know? Did they build their house out of the same material as the story that you know? Straw, sticks, and bricks? All right. Well, let's see what happens after this pig makes his house of bricks. The third little pig set to work. Little pig set to work brick by brick. His house took shape. It took a long time, but the pig finished his sturdy house. He wiped his brow, quite satisfied with his handiwork. The two other little pigs shook their heads. They were not sure this little one house was worth all of that hard work. After each pig had built his own little house, they thought it was time to play. One day, when they were out having fun, they happened to cross some wolf tracks. When the pigs saw that a wolf had been nearby, they all ran home and locked their houses up tight. Okay, let's predict what you think is going to happen. Soon enough, the wolf appeared at the door of the first little pig's house. The straw house shone golden in the sunlight. Little pig, let me in," said the wolf, grinning his big wolf grin. "No," cried the first little pig, "not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," shouted the wolf, and with an enormous breath, the wolf blew down the house of straw. The first pig ran to the second pig's house. Right after they had closed and locked the door, the wolf appeared. Little pigs, let me come in," said the wolf. "No," cried the pigs, "not by the hair of our chinny chin chins." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," shouted the wolf. And with a tremendous breath, the wolf blew down the house of sticks. The two little pigs ran as fast as they could to the brick house. All three pigs watched from the windows as the wolf approached. Little pigs, let me come in," demanded the wolf. By now, he was feeling pretty sure of himself. "No," shouted the other pigs together, "not by the hair of our chinny chin chins." What do you think is going to happen? Is he going to blow this house in? "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," shouted the wolf. But even with a stupendous breath, the wolf could not blow down the house of bricks. The wolf slumped, exhausted, outside the little brick house. After resting a bit, the wolf came up with a new plan. The three little pigs guessed what he might do, so they lit a blazing fire in the fireplace. Just as the pigs had guessed, the wolf climbed down the chimney. Before he could reach the bottom, his tail caught fire. The wolf could not pull himself up and out of that chimney fast enough. He raced away in a panic. The three little pigs stood arm in arm in front of the sturdy brick house as they watched the wolf disappear into the distance. From that day forward, he was never seen again, and the pigs lived happily ever after. So, friends, we saw the pigs build 3 different houses. How were they different? They were made of different material: straw, sticks, and bricks. Think about what the wolf did to the houses. Share with someone next to you some of those things. He blew down 2 of the pigs' houses, and he tried to climb down the chimney in the 3rd house. If you were the pig with the brick house, would you let the other 2 pigs in? Why or why not? It sure would be kind of you to let them in, because people who care about each other help each other. Just like the pigs in the story, they cared about each other. They grew up together as brothers, and they wanted to help each other. 2 of the pigs learned a lesson. They learned that it is important to work hard and build a strong house. There were words in this story said over and over. What were these words? What does the wolf say? He starts with, little pigs, let me come in. And what do the little pigs say? Not by the hair on our chinny chin chins. And then the wolf says, I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in. This story starts with once upon a time and ends with happily ever after. What kind of stories start like that? Fairy tales do, like Cinderella. Folk tales do too, like Goldilocks and the 3 Bears. Thank you for being such great listeners today, boys and girls, as I read The 3 Little Pigs. I hope you enjoyed our story.